Hi, my name's Emily Hayes, and I'll be speaking about Jackson County. I live in a little town called Jackson County, Kentucky. We're part of Eastern Kentucky. We're right next to Clay County, actually, in between about Clay County and Berea. And we have London on this side. Um, our population's about 15,000, usually lower. Our graduation rate is about 74% most of the time. There were about 23 kids at the high school pregnant this year, and we probably have more cows than people. Um, so as you come into Jackson County from Berea, you come straight through the Gap, which is like the poorest part of our county. The Gap is where most drug addicts and things live. I think every county has this type of area where all the people who don't really do much live. And then you move into McKee if you go straight on 421. 421 goes straight through Jackson County all the way from Berea to Manchester, and our strip's just a little pass by place. But so straight through, and then you get into McKee, which is where like most people live, is right in McKee, in the McKee Greyhawk area. Greyhawk is just right outside. It's where our high school is. It's where one of our elementary schools is. We have 3 elementary schools. We have one from in Sand Gap, one in McKee, and one in Tyner. And then we all come together in one middle school, and then we all come together in one high school. We have a bus transportation that takes us to each place as we grow up and as we get older. But you come into McKee, and then we have a Subway, a Dairy Queen, and $2 stores. And we have an IGA and a Save-A-Lot, and that's it. The rest of the places are small town family owned, but there's a lot of burger joints, nothing like Panda Express or El Dorados, nothing like that. There's just small town burger joints. And we have a few small town thrift stores, but most people don't go there because the taboo with thrift stores. But and then you keep going straight, and then you get through into Tyner. And out in Tyner, we have a dollar store. We have a dollar store in the Gap too, but we have a $1 store, and we have a few gas stations. And that's about it out there. And that's where most of the people that don't live in apartments and that don't share houses, they live out in Tyner, and they own their own properties because it's a large farm area. And we also have part of the Amish country out here in a little subdivision type thing. So there are a lot of horses, and traffic is kind of slow because of these horses. But and then you go straight through into Manchester. I work in Jackson County. I work at IGA. I'm the night manager there, but I work at IGA, and that's where most people work. That's the only places you can work in Jackson County are places like IGA and Save-A-Lot, and you make minimum wage there or a little bit above minimum wage. Nothing to be actually sustained. We have a White House clinic, and people will go there, but their jobs rotate so swiftly that it's hard to stay in one place. And so most people that are there are actually from out of county, and so that doesn't really help our economy at all. And then we have a health department and a city hall and things that you normally would see in a town, but they're not as in much use as you'd see in a town because we don't have a lot of politics going on here, and we don't have a lot of issues besides like major issues like poverty and drug abuse. And we have a sheriff's department, of course, but they usually this is this type of town you come through and we get traffic tickets, and that pays off our taxes. But that's about it. We have one stoplight and a lot of stop signs because I guess they don't want to put in stoplights. But it's right in the middle of McKee, right in the town, and then that's right next to our bank, and we have a library. And we have places that most small town places would have, but we don't have any big factories. We don't have any income, like steady income for people here. They have to drive out of county, like into London or into Manchester or into Berea to have jobs because we don't have those here. But other than that, it's a pretty good town. I mean, the people here are nice. There are a lot of old people and a lot of people who, you wouldn't normally see out, but they're all really welcoming. And I mean, unless you work in the public like I do, then you don't really get a lot of the hateful people front on because most of those people just come out first of the month whenever their check comes in, and the third of the month whenever the next check comes in. We have a really high food stamp rate too, but I'm not saying that one's bad, but there's a really high rate of people that get food stamps, And I mean, it helps a lot of people around here. And a WIC office, we have a WIC office in town actually, because it helps so many people around here. And we also have an on-site food stamp person that you can go and talk to. We have an office, and most towns don't have that because it's not an urgent need. But other than like the issues like poverty and jobs and unemployment rates, then we don't have as many issues. We don't have as many homeless people. We have housing divisions based on income. We have 3, and they're all in McKee, and so it's close to the town where you don't have to drive out. But it also makes it hard to get jobs because then if you don't have a car, you can't drive out. But we have, and people around here are always willing to help. If we ever see somebody in need, we're always willing to help. There was a boy last year that got killed, and our entire town came together to mourn him. Even if most people didn't know him, we still all came together and celebrated his life. And then we also had a boy who got in a 4-wheeler wreck, and he's still in recovery right now, but it was the same exact thing. They all came together to mourn him and to celebrate what he had done up until this point, whenever his life has been completely changed. But that's about it as in terms of in Jackson County, what there is, just a lot of great people in a crappy situation and a not so good place to live, but that's the best you can do. So